So I think we're live. Welcome to Gomer's Itchy Nuisance Paint and Chat. Um, Realistically, I'm not going to have anyone watching this. I'm just going to play around with some streaming settings on OBS, to be honest, but also maybe just chat through a little bit of what I'm trying to do hobby-wise, which is not a whole lot. Have not done anything for literally years since Warhammer Fantasy died. Played a little bit of Ninth Age, one game of Warhammer Armies Project. That was like bloody last January 2022. But yeah, just more recently decided to start maybe painting a little bit. And so I thought I might try feel around with some tech, see what works, what doesn't, and whether or not it'll be consistent. Who knows? Obviously, very hopeful that the old world comes back in some fashion, which obviously it looks like it might be. But in the meantime, I'm happy to look at some of the other games. I bought AOS as a game, and bought 40k 9th edition as a game. Haven't played any of it, but I plan on maybe dabbling a little bit in both those systems, which is what I'll probably do today, which I'll show you guys in a minute. But yeah, so I might just bring up my screen. Got I've been keeping up to date with obviously the old world and what they've been doing with these new renderings, which sounds pretty cool. And I'm actually going with Warhammer Fest in May, which originally I booked it. I was going to the UK for a wedding, but I booked Warhammer Fest thinking, you never know, they might do the announcement of old world, but that probably doesn't sound like it's probably going to be all 10th edition Warhammer 40k, but that's cool. I've just never been over there, so it's going to be cool to go to Warhammer Fest and also take a day trip down in Nottingham to go to Warhammer World, stuff like that. Dragging my kids over. Not dragging, they wanted to come, but I said, well, I'm going to Warhammer, so you're going to have to follow. But yeah, I've been really out of the hobby, to be honest. Doing other stuff, work, and like you do, family stuff. But yeah, it always draws me back, and I just have never been able to get into Age of Sigmar. Although I did buy the full box sets for all the new squigs and stuff, because I'm obviously generally an Orc and Goblin player. So that's looking cool, but it's all in boxes still. so I bought which one was it? The squig. I mean these guys. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. Let's have a look at them in a minute. But yeah, I bought that box set that comes with like the two Manglers and these guys and this guy. And just was awesome value. And got the Gloomspite Gits book. But yeah, never played it. Don't know if I will, but it certainly looks cool. But these guys, I mean, if this is an old world, I don't know what the hell. I mean, this is straight out of Warhammer Fantasy. So I'm hoping this sort of stuff is crossover to the old world, because I mean, it just looks so much better than the old Wolf Riders. That's for sure. But yeah, man, they don't fit at all in the Gloomspite Gits, at least from what I can see. So I'm hoping these were probably old sculpts that they were going to do for Warhammer and never got around to it. So cross our fingers. But anyway, while that's coming along, so when I got back in, sort of backstory here, these things came out. So let me and I'm playing around with some different cameras here and crap. This came out, and obviously it's not new now. But I went out and bought a bunch last year, and I thought, well, if it could make painting an army that I don't 100% care about, you know what I mean, quicker to a decent standard, then maybe that'll be cool. And so I ended up buying some Warhammer 40k orcs, because I've always wanted an orc army. And so this is I guess where I got to. So let me just bring up some of these, because basically what I've been trying to do is play around with. Actually, I'll show you what I did on these fantasy ones too, because I originally went the full white well, where is it? Went the full white spray, and then that's what I think this guy sort of was. You can even see he's still got some white. I haven't done that. I just can't paint white undercoat. It shits me off. I don't like it. So I half painted this guy. I started and then I just left him for months. And I just, because I don't know what it is, I just can't paint white undercoat. It just shits me off. And so then, you know, I saw Slapshot. And so then I, do I have any of them that I've done? Probably not. You can sort of see this guy was Slapshot underneath. But I don't have one that's just undercoat, sorry. Yeah, so I saw that and went, well, I'm going to try that. And so these two were the Slapshot method. And then I just tried some different skins. So that was the biggest thing. Like the Slapshot to me is closer to what I want, because at least the guns, and I cannot, especially with 40k, I cannot do the guns and stuff as much. So at least it's just easier. Whereas this guy, because he was all white, I don't know, I just can't. I put the metal and stuff on the white. It's just shit. Anyway, so I'll fix him up later. So these guys, so then I went, okay, well, I'm happy with the Slapshot type method. How does it go with different skin tones? And I've been going with, what have we got here? Sorry, I'll bring them over and show you what I've been doing. Actually, I guess I don't have them here. Sorry about that. I went with, oh yeah, that's what it was. So I tried the Orc. This is the Orc wash. I can't remember what it's called. The Orc Flesh contrast paint, and it's just, I mean, it's fine, but it's very green, and I'm just not. I'd rather this closer to this green, which is, you know, sort of that, I don't know, more Auric color. And I know there's an Auric deep contrast one now, or maybe it's a base coat. But I saw online that someone was using Plaguebearer Flash with a wash of Biel-Tan. And so, and then when you do some highlights just with Ogryn, you get closer to that look, which I thought was pretty, you know, it's heaps more contrasty than what I used to do on my normal base coats. But it is still, I mean, you probably can't overly see it. It's still very dark in here because it was black, I guess. So one thing I was thinking of doing, and it's not, I guess I'm invalidating the contrast paint here, is actually taking an Orc, and before I Slapshot method him, keep him black, but just one real dark coat of green on his skin, and then do the grey Slapshot, and see if that can just take out the darkness. Because I don't mind if you look at this guy's green. It's very similar. It was the same sort of one as this, but I think his skin is a bit smoother. Sort of. I mean, it's hard to say. This is not great lighting, and sorry, my tech is shit, so it'd be nice to, I'll fix that up if this is useful. If I end up painting a lot, I'll invest in some better stuff. But yeah, so I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Yeah, so this guy here was straight, that skin straight over white with I think I might have done a few little highlights, but it's a bit smoother if it's not black, obviously. That's just white undercoat. But I much prefer the Slapshot. If you look at the boar, heaps more contrasty, I think, because that was the Slapshot method, this guy. You can tell he's a bit grainier though, his skin, because of the way that's done. But I don't know, it's a different look. I don't mind it. And to me, you're painting over black. It's so much better. So I'm going to go with that. But I thought for this guy, I might try and paint him dark. And I just realised I didn't get the paints out for that. So that's pretty dumb. But then this guy's, I'll keep his skin that one, but I'll just, I think I'm going to go this sort of colour for the Orcs. I don't even know what they are in terms of, I'll probably go more Goth Clan, but he's obviously not Goth, but I just like painting some red armour and stuff. It was just, then I can use them for whatever. So I'm going to have to fix this guy up a little bit to match that sort of colour scheme. And then I was playing around with the base colours on that guy's base. because I think I'm going to go with something like that, but then use, if you can see this, it's base ready wasteland soil. And so, yeah, that can go straight on top of a base, but I feel like if I just sprinkle it, I think I might get a better, I can use both the base there plus some different rocks. It'll look like they're in some type of waste sort of rubble area, a bit of grass. And it's just simple then. I've got heaps of that. I like to know how I'm going to do it all before I kick it off, and that's why I'm doing a few test models, which I guess is pretty normal. So I'm just having a look at something on my other screen while we do that. Yes, sorry about that. Let me just have a look. Just want to see if the stream was actually running. I don't know what I'm doing here. This is the benefit of doing it first go and see what happens. Oh, there is a live. There it is. I guess I want to mute that, don't I? Cool. Okay, well, it is there. It's always good to know. Cool. Okay, so anyway, I was going to do that, and if anyone does turn up, which I doubt it, I'll see them. So the question I've got to do is find myself one of my dark greens, because I didn't get it out. I was thinking like the wild base flesh. Let's go with that one. Cool. Oh, I'm so not prepared for this. Oh, actually, before I do that, so the reason why I was doing 40k is because I can use contrast paints because I don't care about them. What I do care about is my Tomb King, which I painted these just after the destruction of 8th. And I've got almost a whole, well, I do, I've got a whole Tomb King army that I've at least undercoated all the bone color. I don't want to go straight back to contrast paint, so I want to I'll do these as normal paints. So I thought these guys came out pretty good. And then I was playing around with some of their heroes, different versions of them. But they'll be what I would call a good army, if that's the right word. So I'll probably try and do them this year, but I won't be using contrast paint. So I guess that's why I wanted to do an army that's got contrast paints and hopefully do it fairly quickly. And then with 10th edition Warhammer coming out, I thought what a great time, especially if I can do it pretty quick. And it looks pretty like it's going to be a bit easier for someone like me who's never played 40k to get into. So I'm hoping anyway, which is sort of ironic that I'm seeing, I don't know how I'm going to fiddle this. I'm seeing the other end of the complexity. Like, I love fantasy, which is probably way more complex. Well, they're probably not. I mean, I don't know. 40k just is so fucking complex at the moment. It's just, there's too much shit to remember. And I, like, for someone like me, I don't have the time. I'm too busy. I mean, I know everyone's sort of busy, but yeah, I just don't have the time for that stuff. So I was like, nah, bugger it. Once I saw 10th edition going to become a bit easier to play, that's when I went, well, I'm going to get back in these orcs, see if I can get them painted with some form of slap chop method. I don't mind if it's a little, like, I'm still going to go and highlight stuff, that sort of thing. But anyway, that's why I thought I'll do this. Maybe I'll put it upstream if people start coming back online on the channel. You never know. Maybe at some point I'll have a weekly paint thing. I don't know if it'll be weekly. I'll also run a podcast for my new startup and stuff. So I'm, it's a bit busy. But I don't know, this was just something I was going to paint anyway, and maybe if I go, well, I'm going to sit down and paint for 40 minutes. If I stream, I'll end up doing it. Rather than just start one model and go, bugger that, I'm going to do something else. So I guess with this, if I'm doing like a light undercoat of the green, I don't need to be too, doesn't have to be thick or anything. Well, I don't know. I don't know. This might be a total waste of time. Someone will know who actually has done this before. And if someone listens back to this crap, there's am I the only one who hates painting over white? I mean, how can I could never paint a high elf army or something because I just can't do it. It sucks the life out of me. I don't know what it is. It's probably because I'm a bad painter. I'm not a clean painter. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just feel like with black, heaps more forgiving. But yeah, this would be cool. I don't know. If I actually get in a routine here, even if it's half an hour a week, everyone can find half an hour a week. But actually, I mean, those Tomb Kings, I would love to fucking get them done before Old World comes out. Because I know they're probably going to bring more models and stuff, but I feel like, I want to paint the ones I've got. Because I feel like they deserve it. I bought them in bulk once 8th died, and they started cutting it all out. I spent like, I don't know, whatever it was, $1,000. Maybe not that much. But then I bought a bunch off eBay and stuff. It's funny, some of the ones I've got still boxes, they were going for like $800 a bloody box of Tomb Kings. I don't know if anyone actually ever spent that much, but Tomb Guard, not Tomb Kings. But yeah, they owe them, you know, I owe it to them to get them done. And then I thought if I get them done, then even if they bring out new models, I can pretty much play with a fully painted Tomb King army all the time because I can just buy some new models, add them to the old ones, just keep doing that. Sorry, I should really be looking at what I'm doing if you guys are even bothering to look. Where else has he got skin? His bloody neck. He's annoying. I'm going to have to let him dry so I can actually dry brush him. So that's going to be fun. Oh, he's got another arm there, Colin. What are you doing? He does have 2 hands, you know. Yeah, it would be interesting to see if this makes any difference whatsoever. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to know how simplified, not simple, 10th is going to be because from what I saw, it looked like I could even play it. And I'm not competitive in fantasy at all. So in 40k, I have no chance. If it's up to having to remember stuff, yeah, look, it's going to be okay. And when I slap chop this, I plan not to do it again. I'll steer clear of some things that I want to keep mostly black anyway. Yeah, we'll see. Be interesting to see what that one does. I've got to fix this guy up. He's just crap. He's really annoying me. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just go to this guy. Because he's going to need... So, I was thinking colours. It's the shirts that I wasn't sold on. I went Rakarth Flash for this guy, but I'm not sold on that. I think I'm going to keep him mostly black. Just keeps it just easier. So his pants are this grey. I'd actually rather them a lighter grey, but no, well, I didn't have that contrast paint. Interesting. Oh yeah, I've been live for 19 minutes. I was going to say because probably going to do this for like 40. What am I doing? Under his pants, Colin. Not his shirt. This thing, contrast, I'm still getting used to how to use it. It's like you got to put it on pretty thick, I think. Otherwise the colour doesn't come out. But yeah, it's pretty, I don't know, it's pretty interesting stuff. I mean, again, it's not new anymore, but to me it's pretty new. Having not really painted, really I've only done test models, you know. I haven't actually painted full armies and stuff in it. Be interesting to see, does people, are they able to easily mix a contrast painted model into their existing armies, you know, because it's almost like you can always tell that it's been done with contrast. Maybe. You know, I should have probably dry brushed and painted that base too. Anyway. I'll actually do that. I think I was using... So I've got all my paints over on the side, because I don't have much room. I mean, I do have the room. I've just got too much shit on this desk. So I moved since I used to play into a much bigger place. Ooh, just bashed the camera, Colin. So my study is awesome. It just wasn't, I haven't been playing or painting, so it's not built for any of this. It's all got computers and crap instead. But if I do this more regularly, I might clean up, make a better space for all this sort of stuff. Anyway, I think I was agraxing this a bit and then dry brushing it. Oh, and this guy, well, he needs it too then. I'm only just starting to realise what I want to get done on these guys. I feel like these four, I'll settle in and I'll work out what I want, and then I'm going to actually document it like you probably should, so I know what I did. And then it'll be easy to stamp the other guys out. So I have like an Orc boy unit, 10 of them, and then plus, I'll show you in a minute, plus the like a mega orc boss guy, whatever he is. And I've got a pack of orc knobs too, which is always a funny word. But that's it. So I might look at getting that new boarding patrol box, whatever it's called, because everything in that I don't really have. So I think that's going to be a good set of base units to have. Yeah, look, even this guy needs his base done, so I might as well just do them while here. I really feel sorry for this guy. I do not like him at all. He's the ugly duckling. Just shuffle them on, because I feel like if I do the orc's flesh and the base, and then I can sort of dry brush the hell out of most of the figure and plus the base, at least all that sort of dry brush stuff's done, and then I'm not going over the top of stuff and wrecking things. Yeah, so I do have, I've got this guy which I'm happy to start. If this works, if this sort of method is okay, I'll definitely start him, because he looks like a bitch. I mean, I probably shouldn't have put him all together, let's be honest, but I could be asked. I'm not doing this army to be, it's just going to be a gaming army. I'm not after anything spectacular. And then I've done all these guys ready to go. Just need to work out what the hell I'm going to do color-wise. Yeah, this guy's just going to be a slightly different color orc the whole time, but that's okay. But then if that works, I'll probably, I do have 10 of these. Orc boys that are probably worth putting together for WAP or even just Warhammer in general when it comes back, hopefully. So get them done. I actually did start. I got some of the AOS figures for WAP and started square basing them up. Because I think I don't really have normal Orc boys. So I only got the Savage Orcs, all really old Orc boys, like 3rd edition Warhammer Fantasy, so that's way too old. So I thought they don't look too bad for Orcs, and they're a bit smaller than the Savages. So yeah, that was just straight contrast, pretty much the whole thing, and it came out okay. So that skin, so I don't mind, that skin is that same as this one, just not over black. It's actually not too bad. It's just the whole thing's over white. So this one, I have started dry brushing them, slap chop. And I'll go with them. So they should be pretty cool when they're done. A bit creative to try and get them to rank up, but not too bad. I don't know, how dry is this guy? He's pretty dry. And I was using this grey and this dead white for slap chop. Again, I'm not great at this stuff, but it'll work, I guess. And I have no idea. I'm going to like put grey over the top of this green, so it's going to be fun. I don't even have a tissue here. That sometimes I've heard if you do more of a wet dry brush, it's not as chalky. I don't know if that's anyone can confirm that. I don't know. Yeah, I'll put that right where I wanted to show you guys. Anyway. I guess what I found is contrasts really do need the light colour, so you've got to go a lot more than you initially thought you probably should have. Like when I first did my first one, it was still quite dark. And so I feel like, yeah, you want to get most of those highlights. So yeah, you can sort of see that the green's going to stay in the recesses. Again, don't know if it makes any difference, but it's definitely chalky, but I don't know, I don't mind. Sometimes it's not Golden Demon, I don't care. I know his pants are going to be in that grey. Cool. Those belts. It's probably not as bad as I thought. I don't know. Who knows? Let's go white. I really want to hit the skin, I guess, to make those bits pop. This will be funny. I don't know. It's probably a waste of time. Anyway, yeah, well. What's that guy? Yeah, well, that's going. Let's have a look at let that dry for a sec. So I do like I just have to look through some of the latest releases. I definitely thought. So is this guy a new guy? Oh, he is pre-order, so he must have been. He looks pretty cool. I thought I'd rate this one. It looks like it'd break easy. Not in love with the feet, but I just think that's pretty cool creativity on that sort of part. But tell you what I don't like. And everyone's been raving about it. Maybe it's me being a Tomb King player, but I fucking hate these guys. And this guy they just look crap. And I don't know, just chunky bones. Don't like them at all. What the hell is that? I mean, that's not bone. What the hell is that? Do not rate them. I mean, to me, no offense to Mantic, that looks like something you get from Kings of War. Just, no. Bad. Anyway, some people like them, but I wouldn't play them. Yeah, so the normal undead stuff looks cool, but the Bone Reapers not so much. 40k though, I do like the orcs. I mean, that's what I've got to get, even though they're not new anymore. But yeah, most of these squig ones are cool. Yeah, so that's the old combat patrol. So to me, that's not worth me getting because I've got half it, I guess. But I'll have to get into these beast snagger guys. I mean, they look cool. Very close to similar to the fantasy sort of Savage Orky type stuff. Always wanted an orc army in 40k, so that's the time to do it. So anyway, that's what I'll do. Let's go back to see what this guy's doing. You're supposed to let it like dry heaps before you put contrast on? I have no idea. I mean, because usually I would let it sit because I'm doing this stream. I might as well just keep kicking ahead. Just want to see at least what the flesh does. This will either butcher. Actually, before I do that, so usually I use. Where is it? Like Series 7s. This is, I don't know how old this is. They hold up, but recently this was at my gaming store in Newcastle, and then I looked online and they get shit reviews, but I wanted a slightly bigger one, so I tried to get 2s before, and they're just crap. I don't know. Even the Windsor Series 7 2 was not good. But and this was like $25 and this is like $70 or whatever. And it's, I mean, okay, I haven't painted it as much, but it's pretty good. So if it holds up like it seems to be, I think I found my new favourite brushes. Just for the price. Anyway, so here we go with putting the Plague Bearer. Is it Plague Bearer? Yeah. You're getting that yellow over the top. Oh, Colin, that's his shirt. Sorry about that. It's going to go black anyway at the top. Not having painted for literally years, it takes a little bit to get back into it. Just sort of get into, you almost know how a figure is, like where everything is, but when you haven't done it for a while, you sort of go, takes a bit to get back in. I guess with the contrast, you feel like you're doing a wash and you can just smash it anywhere, and then you hang on, better not, because it does pool and make it a bit harder to do things. Or you got to clean up around it. Yeah, his face is a bit. Although, you know, I saw someone paint an orc with I think it's the green from Eldar, to be honest, by the name of it. So it might be a newer one. It wasn't there when I originally bought these. And it looks closer to this. So I'm like, probably go and maybe I'll just try that one as well. Because this is not really contrasty when I'm doing like 3 coats over his skin just to get something that I like. Anyway, we'll see. Okay, so that's that one done. And then once that's done, do a quick light field tan over it and see what happens. I'll just do his pants while I'm waiting. Geez, we're already nearly 40 minutes into this, so it does make me aim for 40 minutes, so that's not a bad thing. Might better do this once a week, once every 2 weeks. Actually, I'm going away, going to Denver for a week on Friday for a conference. Back for 6 days or 5 days or whatever it is, and then to the UK. So I won't be doing this. Is probably the only week I'll do any painting. But I figure if I can get a bit of momentum, then I might be able to carry on when I get back and actually get some shit done. And then I obviously have to find time to play a game because I just have not played in years. Yeah, I don't, not sold on what I'm doing with these guys' clothes yet. I might go black at the top, so they got sort of a light grey, well, it's almost a brown pants. But that way they're mostly dark. I'm just gonna, so I don't know if this can work. I'm just gonna go straight over that shitty bit of green I put there. See what it does. If not, I'll just tidy that up later. So I'm not even looking if I'm even on camera here. Probably going to make for riveting viewing. How dark do you have to put this black on? Because it doesn't look very black, does it? I'm probably just got to learn how much got to crank stuff. Yeah, then with his belt, I don't know, might look okay. Hard to tell at this stage. Get some black down there. Paint's got, I don't know. Guess I could ink that as well anyway, make it darken up. Oh, these boots. I just go all over with the black and then I come back with the silver. And the metal bits. I think I even did two. I need to look at that actually because this black doesn't, I guess contrast black is a bit hard. So I don't know if I'm just doing it wrong or maybe that's just what's expected. Oh, look at that, I totally didn't do his bloody hand. And someone who's paying attention probably noticed that. Should have done his helmet too. I don't know what. Yeah, probably we'll go black helmet. Do his fingers. Yeah. His belts and the red shields has been doing regular paint. Actually, like the Morn. Jeez, what was it? It was Doomball with a layer and then XV88 for the edge highlighting of his thing. So I'm not really. I could fully go contrast. I just sometimes can't bring myself to do it. Is what it is, I guess. I wonder if I should use contrast in his helmet now. I might just leave it because I want to do the skin first. Just see how that comes out. Certainly makes these like little bits of rope easy with this snake white leather. I mean, to be honest, could have been painting this guy at the same time, but I don't know. When I'm doing test models, sometimes I just want to finish one. Well, not finish, but do the bits that I'm interested in to see what it looks like. Yeah. So I'm going to do bits of his straps, maybe. I'm definitely not one to talk the whole time, so maybe this is a bit boring. But we will see. No one would have known I'm going live anyway. I'm surprised by it. There's someone making a bit of noise out the front, and I'm surprised my dog hasn't gone off. Got a new border collie last year, cross cattle dog, 2 years old, full of energy. And yes, she lets you know about it. She wants to do something. Anyway, bloody belt right in there, so it's probably not thinking too much, putting the whole thing together. But anyway, they got awesome belt buckles actually, but it's gonna be hard to paint. I'll just put shit on his pants. Oh, fix that one later. Oh, Nelly. I'm just using a bit of water on the brush. Yeah. Actually, you know what I really haven't used yet is the skeleton horde. Like I'm assuming I've undercoated all my Tomb Kings with like a desert sandy color. I'm assuming this would really only work great on white. I can probably try that though. I've got a bunch to test, so I should try that because maybe it will make them easier to paint. But if they're white, I'm assuming the skull stuff comes out good. Yeah. Don't know. I reckon I can try the Biltan. It looks dry. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Should I water it a bit? I don't know. Or whatever. Allow medium it. Nah. Nah. It definitely looks a bit veiny because it was chalky. Some of that I can get rid of when I highlight, because I do highlight it a little bit with Ogren. And that does take a little bit of the graininess away. Chalkiness, whatever you want to call it. It's funny, like it's supposedly nullifying the use of contrast. So I could just do his skin normally. Anyway. Try to sit him up like that so he's Hard to say. I mean, I think it's more green. I don't know. It makes fuck all difference, to be honest. I don't know. This obviously has been highlighted a bit. Yep. Hmm. Oh, someone is on there. Sorry. I'm pretty bad at answering people. Sorry, mate. I don't know about that. Just trying some stuff out. Yeah, I don't know. You probably can't see it in the stream, but it's greener in the recesses, which is what I wanted. Whereas this guy, I mean, you can't really see it. It was darker because it's black, you know. Which I guess is fine, but looks a bit greener. But not as green as this bloody guy. I don't like that green. No, it's not too bad, to be honest. I'll have to try this other green. Which one was it? It was... Where's paints? Ah, that one. Striking Scorpion Green. I think it was that one that I saw. Oh, hang on. Was it Mantis Warriors Green? No, it was this one. That's what someone was using the other day. What's a Mantis Warrior? Is that an Eldar? Rings a bell. Yes, I might get that one and try it out as well. But yeah, there's this one now too, Gut Riffer Flesh, which, to be honest, I think I might have been bought the other day. That's the problem. Got too many now, and I can't remember what I got. Although I do have a big database of them, just so I know what paints I have. Yeah. Still a bit dry, so I don't want to put the Ogden camo on yet. But he'll look pretty good, I think, when he's done. Hopefully. I don't know. Oh yeah, that black's, once it dries, it's pretty friggin' amazing stuff, isn't it? Jesus. And then when you do still do a little bit of highlighting, they come out good. I mean, look at the black's got that shine on it. Looks cool. I could be a bit impatient here, eh? And just start a little bit of... Because I probably will finish this stream up. I need to fix this wet palette too. I don't think it was wet enough underneath. Then I put a bit of water on top and it just bucketed the whole thing up. Let's just see. Yeah, you can take a little bit of that graininess out. Once I'm a very good highlighter, to be honest, but. That wasn't probably a good one. I think you probably do different levels of highlight. I've gone pretty high straight away, but that's okay. I wanted some method that was going to be pretty quick, considering. Yeah, that arm's not great. Oh, all right. Anyway, that might do for tonight. I might let this guy see the light of day tomorrow, and then I'll see what I think of him. Compared to the other guy that I sort of did, and then I'll finish him off, and then I'll be able to determine which one I give two craps about. Because to be honest, the way this guy's looking, I might as well just stay with not having to worry about that extra green base coat. Anyway, well, I don't know if anyone watched this, had one comment, and if it works and I get into it, I will probably get some better tripods and stuff, because that was a bit annoying on how I've got this set up. Anyway, cool. Keep painting, guys. I'll talk to you later.